Well, listen. We already talked about Atlanta United. You're hopeful.
I am. Yes.
Braves. You're
Same.
still hopeful.
I am.
Hawks are actually fourth in the Eastern Conference, so they're 30-25, and they're above 500. So, so look, we're still hopeful about everything, right?
Yeah. I think the future looks good for Atlanta sports teams. I don't think the Hawks will win it all, just because at the top of the East you got the Nets and the Sixers, and then you got the Bucks right underneath, who the Hawks are actually playing next. Might be tonight, actually.
I think it's tomorrow. Right now.
Oh, it's going on right now. Yeah. So
it's going on right now.
So Bucks, Nets, and Sixers. I think any one of those teams would probably win the league, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because the West is really hurting right now.
Yeah, I know. I saw the Lakers are like at 5th.
Yeah, after LeBron's injury and Davis.
Oh, is LeBron done for the season, or he's just injured?
No. I think he'll be back by playoffs. He got injured playing against the Hawks, actually. But the Hawks have been fun to watch, man. Bogdanovich.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think with the Hawks, they did it. They're doing it right. Yeah. They went youthful. They're doing it to the draft. And honestly, this is the thing I hate. The thing with the Hawks, they're just missing that one player that was like, you know what? I'm gonna go over there, and I was like, you know what? Atlanta's a badass place to hang out at.
Yeah,
I like these players. These players are all young. It doesn't have to be a LeBron, but it could be somebody like, I don't know, somebody who's like just looking for the right team. And
what player used to be on my wish list? Someone asked me this back in like 2018, 2019, and I said, you know who I'll take right now, and I think could make the Hawks a plus 10 team, like give them 10 more wins than they have right now. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has been out for the last year and a half from injury. But when he was healthy, I was like, we don't need to get Steph Curry. We don't need the best shooter in the game. But we don't need, LeBron James. If you put Klay Thompson on the Hawks automatically become 10 more wins on that team. I think Klay Thompson is that good. Obviously, he's out with injury right now. I think the addition of Lou Williams has been really, really positive. Bogdanovich has been steady with the shooting. But an unsung hero who I hope gets a lot of plaudits when they do end of season awards and also is Clint Capella. He's been very solid defensively. I don't think he has a single 3-point attempt this season, and yet I think he's averaging 19 points a game, something like that. He's been really, really good for the team. And John Collins is still out injured. Trae Young, I think, is currently injured. DeAndre Hunter is out injured. When we have all these pieces back,
that's what I was gonna say. That might be an actual blessing where right now that this team is sustaining. They're okay, we're gonna get some, and then everybody comes and then bam.
Exactly, they sustain this with basically bench players right now. Yeah, we're on a 3-game winning streak. We might lose today because it is the Bucks. But
so right now, so when I was looking at it a minute ago, they were up by they were down by, it was 60-64.
Okay, so it's a fairly close game.
Yeah, no, actually, but it updated just a second ago. Now it's 78-74.
Okay, yeah.
But before that, it was with the Bucks winning. Before that, it was 74 to 70. So damn, we went on an 8-game. I don't know. Either way, Either way, there's been rumors that Vince Carter might come out of retirement. So you never know. That might be the guy that gets coming out for his 39th season.
The guy will never leave. But yeah, I'm bullish on the Hawks too. So yeah, I'm bullish on all the teams.
Hey man, hey, look, just give it, man. If you could. I just think Atlanta always deserves at least some excitement. We were spoiled. There was a time where all the teams were doing amazing, but because we didn't win the championships, we got upset and whatever, didn't support.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that even that is actually something that some cities don't get.
Yeah, Hawks were in the playoffs for 10 straight years. It was in 11 straight years. Before
it was for a good amount. We just couldn't get past LeBron in the. We just couldn't get past LeBron.
We got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals. But yeah, so we didn't even have Hawks in our sheet, but we got.
I just had to bring them up. I was like, you know what? because now we're about to go into the Falcons. Let's talk about every single Atlanta sports team.
Yes.
That is not look. We're hopeful about those. Obviously, the team that we're the most hopeful about is the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes. The Atlanta Falcons are a blank slate right now. I'll pose this one to you. You're more of the expert on this side. All right. So Falcons signed Patterson. He has the NFL record for longest touchdown that he scored against Packers while he was playing for the Vikings as a return guy. And then they also signed Duron Harmon, who I believe is a free safety or a cornerback.
Yeah, and I heard
for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one, I'm thinking about the fact that before that they also signed, I think, was it 2 running backs? Was it 1 running back?
Who did we sign? I can't remember, but I know we cut Ito Smith.
They cut Ito Smith.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that Arthur Smith is right now, he's like, look, I can make stars at Arthur Smith is going to prove, I think, that he's just as good as Shanahan is, and I think he's going to prove that he's actually an offensive genius.
Okay.
Because people want to give all the credit to what's his name? The running back.
Derrick Henry.
But I'm like, Derrick Henry had an offensive coordinator before Arthur Smith.
Okay, and he wasn't doing that well with him.
He wasn't the superstar that he became. Arthur Smith made him helped him become that superstar. Okay. And I think it's going to be telling when if Derrick Henry doesn't do as great as he did back, when he had Arthur Smith with whoever the new offensive coordinator is. He'll still do good, but he might not do as great.
So you're saying I shouldn't draft him in fantasy this year?
No, still draft him. he's still going through his numbers. He's still a beast. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like, how Matt Ryan's always been a great quarterback, but he was never considered really elite. And then Shanahan came in and made him elite for that 1 year. You know what I mean? And so I feel like Arthur Smith is able to bring that out of the superstars that he wants. So anyways, the signings right now is one, it's showing that Terry Fontenot is like, I have absolutely no money, but I'm at least going to try to bring in bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And we should be able to find somebody. I actually am shocked that so I have to ask if Ito Smith is a cap saving move, because I don't feel that he was taking up that much cap space. So I'm a little surprised of that cut.
I don't remember what year Ito Smith is in, but I don't know
he played for us for 3 years.
But did we draft him?
We drafted him, yeah.
So was this one of those situations where it was about time to like get a new contract?
Oh, but he's a running back, and he's not a top tier running back. He wasn't. He was probably going to get like him. If he had been extended, first of all, you still have 1 more year of his rookie contract, and then the 5th year is I don't think you can't do a 5th year option to him, right? Because he's not a 1st round draft pick. Mm-hmm. But they maybe a tag. Nah, I don't even think they put. I don't know if they have limits on who they can put franchise tags on. Yeah, I don't know that part either. But even if they extended him on a contract, it wouldn't have been until the end of next year, or during the middle of this year. And even then, he's one of those, 4-year, $10 million contract kind of.
Right. You don't think it would have cost that much?
5-year, $30 million, or Derrick Henry type where you're making even more than that, So I was a little shocked at that cut, but I kind of feel like it's more along the lines of Arthur Smith might be like, he's not fitting my scheme, so I'm just gonna let him go off. But I don't feel like these picks, because I know one of the questions is, what does it do for the draft?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of these signings make it any clearer as to what is going to happen.
What's going to happen? So I read somewhere that the Ito Smith cut, might point to a bigger role for Patterson, because if you've been, I don't know if you've been following Patterson's career, but like in other teams, the only reason I know about him is because I play fantasy football, and I will pick him up on occasion. And he wouldn't do that well just because his primary thing is return. Now, if a wide receiver needs to rest a player or two, they might bring him in. He might come in as a gadget player, running back or whatever, but primarily he's a return guy. And people are saying that by cutting Smith, maybe Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot are hinting that Kadaro Patterson will actually have an elevated role in the team, maybe an actual running back, as opposed to just coming in for like a play or two. Who knows? But you say you don't believe that this makes our decisions any clearer.
I don't think so. I don't because the thing is though, a lot of these players are 1-year contracts, so they're more of a necessity for now. But some of these signings aren't going to make it to the 5th 3-man roster.
Yeah, to be honest, I would love, like, if we keep the 4th pick, right? And I'm sure I've like switched on this so many times, but if we keep the 4th pick and Fields is available, I think we should. I think there is no reason to not get Fields, right?
But you know what? Terry Fontenot has kind of given, I think, conflicting information on how he wants to go with that. Because one, he's talking about you definitely draft for need.
Yes.
Right? Versus best player on the board.
Okay.
But then they were forced. I believe they had no chance. They had no other any other choice but to basically lock in Matt Ryan they pretty much made the rest of his contract guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right, with the way they did it, and he's going to be a huge cap hit next year. So if we're going on most need, Fields is not the most need. It doesn't matter if people think, I was like, well, for the future, no. Because one, the thing with quarterbacks now is teams can't afford to have a good quarterback just not play on a rookie contract.
Yeah. I think, in that case, the best thing to do if you're the Falcons is to hold on to that number 4 pick till on draft nights, because you want to see if Fields is still available at number 4, and then you have leverage when it comes to that 4th pick. Then you start wheeling and dealing, especially if you're not going to pick Fields.
This is my wet dream.
Okay.
Is you trade back with the Broncos, I believe, have the number 9.
Okay.
Because they're not sold on Drew Lock. Because they already know that, like, the head coach probably knows by now that his fate is sealed with how Drew Lock performs, right? So he there's no way that that he's not going to be I don't think he's going to be that. Minshew came out hot, and then what happened to him last year? Like, how much are people talking about him? Is like he really the French? So yeah, Denver Broncos is at number 9 because we're not going to trade Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, right? Intra-division. Yeah.
Intra-division, right? So I wouldn't be shocked that if Denver Broncos were to trade with the Atlanta Falcons, we're going to get a number 1 draft pick next year, right? Probably maybe get a number 2, second round draft pick this year. That puts you at number 9, and then even then, because some people have been talking about New England might want to move up to try to get a quarterback, like because even though they've decided because they extended Cam Newton to 1 year only.
Yeah.
You're not Cam Newton's not your future. You already know that. You wouldn't sign him to just 1 year if he's not your future. Was it 1 year? Or was it multiple years?
I think it was 1 year. I think you're right about that. But man, dude, just imagine that Facebook group that we're on, the Atlanta Bird Gang. Just imagine if 3 picks are gone, Justin Fields is still on the board, and Atlanta says, "Okay, we're trading down." Those people will lose their minds. Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious.
There's gonna be like a bunch of talk about, it's all we never go, but
yeah.
The thing is though, I don't feel from Arthur Smith and who's the president?
The president?
No, of the Falcons.
Oh, I don't know.
I forget his name. But anyways, I just don't see them bringing in Rich McKay. I don't see them bringing in this quarterback who's this coach who is an offensive guru to have a quarterback controversy with Matt Ryan, and because Justin Fields and Matt Ryan will be a quarterback controversy, even if Matt Ryan beats him out fairly in practice, right, or in the offseason, in the preseason, or whatever. Even if he beats them outright, there's still going to be so many people throwing negative crap about him, about saying, "Oh, put Justin Fields." As soon as Matt Ryan messes up, put Justin Fields on the field. It'll become a toxic.
We knew this was a bad idea. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I don't want Kyle Pitts.
The tight end from Florida.
Look, don't get me wrong, getting him would be like getting another Julio Jones in the sense of like, okay, this guy is gonna make your offense like be like, he's gonna make exceptional catches. He's gonna be freaking.
Well, okay, no. So this is a good question then. If they do trade down with the Broncos and get the number 9 pick, then what do you think about Kyle Pitts at number 9?
Oh, then I get that.
You'd be fine with that. Okay.
But even then, there's a what if there's the defensive player out there that's what's his name?
No, who do you have in mind?
Oh, I forgot his name. Oh man, I forgot his name. He's the only really defensive prospect out there right now.
Yeah.
You know what that one?
I know, but I do think from what I've seen of Kyle Pitts, because lately he's been coming up as like this is the guy we should get. So I've been seeing like clips and stuff. From what I've seen of him, yeah, I wouldn't mind him as a number 9 pick. Or I doubt we would get him at number 15 if we traded the Patriots. But as a number 9, yeah, I wouldn't mind him. But
yeah, no, the thing is though,
definitely not 4.
Do we really need him? Honestly,
do we need him? Not necessarily, but unlike the quarterback position where you're really locked into one person unless someone gets injured, tight end you can always mix and match and see what works.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, do not get me wrong. You have Matt Ryan having the option of Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Jaden Hurst, because he likes to use multiple tight ends in one play.
Yeah, I think Jaden Hurst has been pretty good.
You know, you have those 4, and then what ends up happening is you don't throw the ball, you get a running back because those 4 on the line. That running back gets to escape, and then now we're going to try to rush the passer because we're going to try to make sure that the running back doesn't do anything. Yeah. Now you're throwing it to one of those 4 guys. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's pick your poison.
Yeah.
Obviously, but we've had offenses with pick your poison, and we haven't gotten championship rings.
Yeah, but we've gotten close, though. I mean, and that's another thing.
I get that.
I think we're trying to jump from being a 4-win team to the Super Bowl. But I'm like, if we can get pieces in place that at least get us back in the conversation. It's like when we're talking about the MLS conversation, right? Like as long as we get in the playoffs, then anything is gonna happen.
I get what you're saying. I really do. I get what you're saying on that end. It'll look pretty. It'll sell some. It'll sell some.
I would take Pitts at 9 for sure. Yeah.
You think at 9?
Actually, I'm sold. I'm sold on that now.
Is that where we're going now? We're
Pitts at 9. Yes. Pitts at 9.
I still want Penei Sewell. By the way, I'm looking at the top prospects, and guess what Penei Sewell is rated as?
4.
The 4th best prospect in the draft.
We'll see. Then, I think people will be pissed.
Because Jamar Chase is the 3rd best prospect considered.
Chase is the running back?
No, he's a wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Not LSU. No, where's he from? Yes. LSU. Okay, yeah.
For a guy who doesn't know football, you know a lot about college, man.
Yeah, SEC, man.
I got a confession to make.
Yeah.
I can't get into college football as much as I like. And I get how raw it is. I get how much. I think the game is a lot quicker in college football. But I just, for some reason, I think what it is with me is I like rooting for certain individual players too.
Yeah.
And in college,
and it's like 4 years at most that player will be there, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then imagine if like, oh man, I'm in love with this man. He's like the greatest thing I've ever seen. Then he goes to the New Orleans Saints. Breaks my heart, man. I I just can't do it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Micah Parsons. Now that I think about it, that's who I was thinking about. Linebacker Micah Parsons.
Oh, I know that name.
He could be at 9. I wouldn't be. I'd be down for him at 9.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going with Kyle Pitts.
But actually, I'm saying like even more than that is you never know. They may look. There's been draft mock drafts where the Falcons trade back twice and end up with 3 first round draft picks in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, I get about planning for the future and all that, but honestly, I think the Falcons have a chance to get back to being a playoff team this year. And I think if we throw all our eggs in, like, okay, let's make sure we have 1 million picks for the next like 5 years. I don't know, man. I think we can trade back for sure, for sure. But I think we shouldn't trade ourselves out of a top 10 pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, watch Terrafana just pull what's it called? What's the old GM's name?
Dimitrov.
Dimitrov, and get somebody from like Continental Community College. Edge rusher.
At the number 4 pick. Oh Lord. Yeah, people will lose their minds.
Oh, they.
But all right, the draft is in 2 weeks. Hopefully we get another recording before then, and then we can do our final draft wrap-up preview, whatever.
Look, me and Zino don't know enough about the draft part to want to do a mock draft. The
backroom dealings.
Yeah, and I don't care enough to do a fantasy football, so we won't be doing that either in the future. But maybe Zino can get one of our boys from the radio show to come over and do it with him.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah,
that could be 207 for y'all guys to do, and then me and M16 will make fun of y'all.
Yeah, we have Easy over there. He's big into fantasy football and stuff. So I'm sure we'll do a fantasy football segment. We might even do like a draft special where I'm drafting during our recording. And I'm telling you what I'm drafting. So
but anyways, yeah, man. Hey, this is a fun episode, man. Lighthearted. Yes. I really enjoyed it.
Lighthearted. The next one is not going to be so lighthearted.
Probably not. Hopefully we'll get a what's it called?
Yeah, a favorable verdict.
Yeah. So we'll see.
All right, cool.
All right, man.
Like, share, and subscribe. And that's a wrap.